All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Let's Talk Business here on CentralValleyTalk.com. I'm Mike Scott. So glad you're with us today. I'm still waiting for this rain that's supposed to hit Fresno, but I don't know, it's beautiful outside right now. We'll see what happens later today. Let's talk politics, beginning the show today with the current District Attorney from Madera County, Michael Keitz, running for re-election. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Mike.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Obviously, you want to be returned to office.
Absolutely.
Yeah, why?
Well, we've got a lot of things left to do. You know, right now...
Why haven't you done them already?
Well, realignment didn't come into place until 2011. And we've got other things to do in our office. We've got to deal with the gang issue that's in Madera. And
well, all over the valley.
All over the valley, absolutely. You know, it comes up from Fresno, Madera, Stanislaus County, all the valley counties are affected by it. And that together with a lot of narcotics trafficking, and there's a lot of work to be done.
What specifically can the DA do about the gang problem?
Well, what we can specifically do is we can prosecute as hard as we possibly can. And hopefully by doing that, it'll act as a deterrent for other gang members and their trafficking operations. If we hit them hard, then maybe they'll slow down.
You come from a law enforcement background, right?
Yes.
Years ago, you were a sheriff's deputy.
That's correct.
Before you joined the district attorney's
That's
office.
correct.
So what, does that help you? Does that background help you in your current office?
Oh, I believe it absolutely does. I can remember doing my very first trial, and it was a DUI case. And when I went in to start asking the officer about the field sobriety test and everything else, I already knew them all because I already had done them so many times before. So it was kind of a natural transition for me. And plus, I have a law enforcement investigative type mind, and I think the fact that I've been in this for so long, I look for the areas that you need to look for to make sure that you can prove all the elements of the crime in your case.
How many people in your office? Is it enough? Would you like to have more?
Well, I'd like to almost, well, I
Who
can't
wouldn't
say
like to
double,
have more,
yeah.
right?
I have 37 people in my office right now.
Is that down from where it was years ago, or?
Yeah, a few down, yes. Yeah. We have 16 prosecutors in the office, and I'd like to take it up to 21 of these days, or 21. Comparable size offices, Kings County, and they have more prosecutors than us. Many more criminal investigators. We have three right now. Actually, we only have two. We're going to go up to 3. And we need to beef that up in addition to our welfare fraud investigators. And so we probably have room to add at least 10, maybe even 15 people there to service the needs of Madera County in the future.
Now, who makes the decision on that? Is it the supervisors?
Well, the Board of Supervisors control my budget. I mean, if I had my way, it wouldn't be any problem.
Sure.
I'd put on the extra staff.
But are there sympathetic ears on the board?
Yes, there are. Yes.
Well, they probably hear from every department saying, we need more people.
Well,
right?
you know, they recognize that, you know, we have a big narcotics problem, we have a major gang problem, and they want to help me to deal with that. And as a matter of fact, last year they gave me more money to hire a couple more prosecutors so that we could beef up our homicide and gang team, and also to put another supervisor in line to make sure that we get the deputy district attorneys trained up to do exactly what they need to do.
Have you been following the district attorney's race here in Fresno County?
A little bit, yes.
It's gotten pretty nasty with the charges being thrown back and forth. And I have to ask you, as a district attorney, one of the candidates here in Fresno County is charging that the current district attorney is never in court, is never prosecuting a case. Is that really what the district attorney is supposed to do, or is the district attorney solely an administrator?
Well, the district attorney is supposed to take care of the big picture items. They're supposed to handle the, you know, the mission of where the office is going. They need to handle the political aspects as far as dealing with what laws we're going to come up, how we're going to address criminal issues in our county and in our state. Those are the main focuses of the district attorney's
Not being
office.
in court.
Not being in court.
You have a staff that does that.
I have a staff that does that. I do occasionally go into court. I have to go into court. And I'm active as far as reviewing cases that, as they come up through the different criminal processes, making sure that we are getting the best justice for the people in Madera County. But for me to say that I can be in court all the time and take a specific court assignment, there's far too many things to do that.
Nothing would ever get done if you were in court all
Exactly.
day, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Give me an example. You said you have been to court, though. When would you go to court?
Well, I would go to court if I have a particular case that I need to monitor for a period of time. I had 2 homicide cases pending, and we were short homicide prosecutors. So I babysat that case until such time as I was able to hire another prosecutor to come in and take over that case. Things of that nature.
Okay.
And plus, not only that, if you have a case that's a very serious case, and it's coming along, I'll often go to court to watch what's going on in that case, even though I've got a prosecutor directly assigned to it and is handling all the day-to-day actions on that case.
All right. You have 2 opponents in this race.
Yes.
How do you feel you're doing?
Well, I like to think I'm doing very well. I get a lot of positive feedback, and I think that's what's good overall.
Yeah. Have you guys had any debates?
We've had 5 debates, and they've been very interesting. Although they don't follow what I consider a true debate format, where there's a one-on-one back and forth. It's been mostly as a panel where there's questions that are asked of you. Each gets an opportunity to respond, but you don't necessarily have the rebuttal that you might have in a true debate forum.
I've never understood why they don't just have debates. Let the 2 candidates, or 3, sit down together without a moderator even, and just go at it for an hour.
Well, probably because it could get too hostile.
But I would sure watch, though.
Well, I mean, look at the hostility in the Fresno County DA's race. I mean, that's pretty hostile.
Yeah.
Not that it hasn't been hostile in my race as well. I mean,
But nowhere near that level, I'm
nowhere
assuming.
near that level.
And you're probably glad of that.
Absolutely. I don't think, in the long run, I think you're better off just trying to be professional, and people will see that, that's the way, that the decorum you exhibit in those kind of situations is the decorum you exhibit in the office and in dealing with situations in the office. And that's what I've tried to do.
Okay. If you get a majority in the primary, you are basically reelected.
Correct.
If it's less than 50%, you'll have to spend another few months campaigning against whoever the other candidate
Until
is.
November comes around.
You're hoping for that 50% plus 1, aren't you?
I'm hoping for that 50% plus 1. That's absolutely.
Is it a possibility?
I think it's a very real possibility.
Yeah. Incumbents always have a strong advantage.
They do, and the other side of the coin is that not only do I have an advantage as an incumbent, but overall, since I came into my office in 2009 when I was appointed by the Board of Supervisors, if you look at what we've done in the office, I've taken jury trials at the end of my first year. We did 26 jury trials during the course of the year, and steadily increased them every year. And last year, at the end of the year, we'd done 60 jury trials. So that's a phenomenal, it's a 130% increase overall. And our conviction rate is up 17% overall. So I think those things speak volumes about, my ability to manage the office and to steer the ship in the correct direction.
Do you have any other political plans down the road, running for maybe statewide office?
I'm a prosecutor. So I like being the DA of Madera County, and that's what I'm focused on.
Okay. All right, before we run out of time, there's the camera. Your voters are watching. You have the floor. Let them know what you want to know.
Well, first off, I'd like to know that it's been an honor and privilege to serve the people of Madera County this last 5 years. And we've strived to make sure that we uphold the state's government's #1 priority, and that's public safety. Together with that is seeking justice with truth and integrity. And thankfully, because of my hardworking staff, we've been able to do that, and we've increased our convictions overall. And I think that's the best thing that we can do. And because of that, people like Mike Reynolds and Bill Jones have come out and endorsed me. Crime Victims United has endorsed me. And I think that speaks volumes for my abilities as the chief prosecutor and chief law enforcement officer of Madera County to make sure that we get the job done for the people of Madera County.
Mike Reynolds is here in Fresno. How did you guys, have you known each other for a long time? Or?
We've known each other for some time. Mike has worked ardently towards the supporting 3 strikes, and I've helped work with him in that regard. I believe in 3 strikes, and I think it's a great deterrent to crime. If you look at the crime statistics over the years, you'll see that violent crime has actually gone down with the application of the 3 strikes law. And so I think that is significant because people talk about filling up the state prisons with criminal offenders. The fact of the matter is that if you're reducing violent crime overall, you're going to have less major offenders going into the state prison system. So I think that's a huge advantage.
All right. Michael Keitz, Madera County District Attorney, hoping to be reelected. You've had a chance to listen to him today. Sir, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Mike.
And you are watching Let's Talk Business on CentralValleyTalk.com.